The Crusades were a series of wars that took place between the 11th and 13th centuries, mainly between Christian and Muslim powers. These wars were centered around the eastern Mediterranean region, especially the city of Jerusalem and surrounding areas known as the Holy Land. Jerusalem was considered sacred by three major religions: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Because of its religious importance and its strategic location, control of the city became a major cause of conflict. Before the Crusades, the Holy Land had been under Muslim rule for several centuries. During much of this time, Christian pilgrims from Europe were allowed to visit holy places. However, political changes in the region led to new rulers, and conditions for travel became more difficult. At the same time, the Byzantine Empire, a Christian state centered in Constantinople, was losing territory to expanding Muslim powers, particularly the Seljuk Turks. In 1095, the Byzantine Emperor Alexios I asked Western European leaders for military assistance. He wanted help to defend his empire and recover lost lands. This request reached the Pope, who was the head of the Roman Catholic Church in Western Europe. Pope Urban II responded by calling for a military expedition to the east. He spoke at a large church meeting in Clermont, France, urging Christians to help fellow Christians and to travel to the Holy Land. The Pope's call led to the First Crusade. Many people from different parts of Europe decided to join. These included trained soldiers, nobles, and knights, as well as ordinary people such as farmers and craftsmen. They traveled long distances by land and sea. The journey was dangerous, and many people died from hunger, illness, and violence before reaching their destination. The First Crusade reached the region of Jerusalem in 1099. After a siege, the Crusader armies captured the city. Historical sources describe large-scale killing during the capture. After this, several Christian-controlled states were established in the region, including the Kingdom of Jerusalem. These states were surrounded by Muslim territories and depended on continued military support from Europe. Over the next decades, Muslim leaders organized efforts to recover these lands. One of the most important figures was Saladin, who united Egypt and Syria under his rule. In 1187, his forces defeated the Crusader army at the Battle of Hattin and later took control of Jerusalem. This event led to the Third Crusade. The Third Crusade involved several European rulers, including the kings of England and France and the ruler of the Holy Roman Empire. Their armies fought in the eastern Mediterranean and captured some coastal cities. However, they did not retake Jerusalem. A treaty allowed Christian pilgrims to visit the city, which remained under Muslim control. More crusades followed. The Fourth Crusade, which began in 1202, did not go to the Holy Land as planned. Instead, the Crusaders attacked and captured Constantinople, a Christian city. This event caused lasting division between Eastern and Western Christian communities. Later crusades were launched in different regions, including the Iberian Peninsula, modern Spain and Portugal, Eastern Europe, and the Baltic region. Some campaigns were directed against Muslim states, while others targeted groups considered religious opponents by the Church. The goals and methods of these later crusades varied. Life during the Crusades was marked by hardship. Travel was slow and dangerous. Armies faced shortages of food and water. Diseases spread easily. Battles involved close combat with swords, spears, and bows. Civilian populations often suffered when cities were besieged or conquered. The Crusades also led to cultural and economic contact between Europe and the Middle East. European travelers encountered advanced knowledge in medicine, mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. Trade between regions increased, bringing new goods and ideas to Europe. The final Crusader strongholds in the Holy Land fell in the late 13th century. In 1291, the city of Acre, the last major Crusader base, was captured by Muslim forces. This marked the end of the main period of Crusader rule in the region. Historians study the Crusades as a complex series of events influenced by religion, politics, economic interests, and social conditions. The wars involved many different groups and leaders over nearly 200 years. They resulted in significant loss of life and long-lasting effects on relations between regions and religions. Today, the Crusades are remembered as an important part of medieval history. They show how religious beliefs, political power, and competition over land can combine to produce long and destructive conflicts. Understanding this history helps people better understand the past and the reasons why such large-scale wars occurred.